into our business tip. You have to sneak out. Okay, that's fine. It's all good. We'll have a meeting. Yeah, we'll get together. Thanks, Dawn. We're just going to kind of do a quick summary, and I know some people had some questions, but I was thrilled, absolutely thrilled, that Super Saturday we had these workbooks. How many people just thought this was an absolutely amazing piece of information? I don't know the plans, but I'm hoping that this will maybe be in welcome packs at one point, because it's just got so much great information. Now, we took 4 hours to launch this on Saturday, so I'm sure as heck not going to touch on the whole thing, but I did want to share a little bit about why I'm so excited about this. I think a lot of people get the information, they're excited about the products, they've got a testimony to share, they know the compensation plan is going to work for them. They've got all these goals and they've got all these dreams, and they want to talk to people and they want to build their business. And when it comes down to it, they don't have that framework, or like we talked about, that daily method of operation for what should I be doing. And as soon as we ended on Saturday, the first several people that came up to talk to me said, why did it take so long for somebody to just tell me I needed a system or a framework, or, oh, if I build my business and also work on building myself, and then as I start to get team members work to build my team, all of this works together. And I have this, I pulled this up just to show you, and I'm going to invest in a projector or something so we can do something. But if you have these 3 areas, you're working in each of them, and then they're all working together to help you to be successful. I'm just so excited about this. Now, we spent the most time on build your business, because that's the actual what you need to do to move forward. At our training, we talked about the 5-3-1, where you share with 5 people every day, follow up with 3 people, and connect with 1 team member. If inside your daily method of operation for building your business, we had the learn and connect and act. So it's great if you're reading. I'm giving you all these great suggestions, Sarah Robbins, and read this, read that, John Maxwell. Well, if you only stay in that learning part in the build your business sphere and don't ever go out and act, it's all great knowledge, but you're not probably going to get as good of results as you could, because that information isn't doing anything to benefit you. Now, if you have all that information and you're not learning how to connect with people, how to ask questions, how to see where they are in their lives, you're going to probably have a little bit of a disconnect for how you can share the products or share the opportunity. Because if our people skills or our connecting skills are a little bit lacking for whatever reason, and it might just be our sheer passion. How many people have an amazing story and love telling the whole world about it, right? Well, sometimes people might need a little bit of that permission marketing, where you can ask, is it okay, if I shared with you my story about how this has benefited me, would you be open to hearing about it? And just that one little question will maybe help them bring their guard down, so that they will be open to hearing about the products or the opportunity that we have. So I just love this whole framework. And I have to tell you, when we got the information, I got excited, and then it just wasn't flowing in my brain, because we had pages and pages and pages of notes, and we had an outline, and we had the skeleton of the workbook, and then they gave us the PowerPoint slideshow, and I'm like, it doesn't fit. Like, I'm trying to put all the pieces together, and now that I've talked it through, a couple hundred times, I'm like, this is absolutely amazing. Because if we're always learning something new, if we're always stepping out and connecting with people, and then taking those action steps to apply all of that, it's going to help us to build our business. Now, if we're working and just building our business, but we haven't moved over to that sphere of building ourselves, there may truly be some, and that's not just talking about network marketing, build yourself. That might be, I need to have my quiet time. I need to have my come to Jesus in the mornings, so I can get off on the right foot. Building yourself, I think, could just be, in general, personal growth and development. What am I doing to set my priorities, to have my time management goals? How am I going to make that work? Because if you have all of one of those 3, Annette, I think you're the one that had the brilliant step stool. Is that you guys, Joe and Annette, that had that step stool with the 3 legs? And in those 3 legs, if you don't have all 3, you take any one of those out, and that stool's going to fall over, right? So if we can picture these three plexus success spheres. And I think that was just to give us a tongue twister in front of 500 people. If we take any one of those away, we might fall over, right? So we're going to work on building our business. We're going to definitely work on building ourselves. And you guys know that that's one of those things that I love to talk about and I'm always doing. And then building your team. Because how many people want to build a team, right? Get people under you. Well, how many of you want to keep your team engaged, motivated, moving forward? And sometimes that can be the missing link. Because we can recruit. We're awesome at sharing. We're learning. We're growing. We're connecting. But if we miss that team culture of engaging and working on relationships for the sake of relationships and not just have it be about bring them in, you know, knock them over the head. We need one more person so I can get that next promotion. You know what I mean? There could be a disconnect. So the more I talk about it, the more excited I get and the more I really, you know, want to do a YouTube video and let's do a webinar and we got to get this information to absolutely everybody because I really think it's brilliant to be learning, connecting, and acting. And then always remember we've got the build your business, build yourself, build your team, and all of the details that went with that. You know, I thought everybody, no matter if you signed up today or if you've been in the business 4 years like I have, this applies across the board. Now, you guys have had the benefit of hearing me talk over and over and over again about the business strategy sessions where you actually call your ambassadors and say, why did you join Plexus? What are your goals? Figure out where they are and where they want to be. Start working with them to make their list. Start figuring out who are those top 10 people they want to start reaching out to first, who they really would like to connect with. Start presenting Plexus to them, whether it be you think they're going to need the products or the opportunity. Start handling objections, answering questions, using three-way calls, coffee meetings, whatever it might be, utilizing your upline to help bring that around, you know, with your following up, and then getting them started as a customer or an ambassador. So we talked about that quite a bit in Los Angeles, actually having that business strategy session. And I do have to say that it's taken me 3.5 darn years to figure out that people really like having a checklist. They really like being given that, okay, I want to be successful, what do I need to do? And giving them that step-by-step framework of building your business. This is what you can do before you get your welcome pack. This is what you can do in the first 48 hours. And the people that I've done that with over the last 6 weeks, I've got 9 personals, 3 of who have just been auto shipping every month for over a year, doing absolutely nothing, I've had a business strategy session with them, and that's my term for what I was calling it. But it really was what was in your workbook about what do you do before your welcome pack, you know, determine your why, set your goals, make your list, figure out how you're going to contact them, all of that. They've decided I'm ready to work the business. I have 6 who were inactive, white lines on my report, who have all turned back on and decided I'm ready to go. So right now I'm juggling 9 new, I'm calling them new personals because we've put all of this build business, the act part of doing and working with them to get them motivated and up and going and making their list and actually reaching out to them. The exciting thing is when you do it like we have it laid out here with, you know, step by step, they're coming back to me. I made my list, I made this call, can you do a 3-way call with me? I just wanted to check in with you, I got 3 new customers today, and they're reporting back to me because they're excited. So I'm not running after anybody chasing, and how many people get frustrated with, who am I supposed to call? Who are my worker bees? What does anybody want out of this business, right? You can spin your wheels trying to talk to people who don't want to talk to us, or I can hope that, you know, certain people are going to want to get up and work, but I don't know. I haven't had that discussion. Why did you join Plexus? Because if somebody says, I joined Plexus to get healthy and I just want to take the products, you're not going to be like, let's get on a 3-way call. Come on, you got to go. You know what I mean? It's going to be a totally different relationship with them than somebody who says, I need $500 a month and I need it as fast as you can help me get it. And then for them, I'm going to be following up saying, how many people have you talked to today? What was their response? The one question I did get at our session that I didn't address to the group that I thought was really important was, there was a brand new lady there and she said, okay, I'm doing the 5-3-1. I don't have any team members yet to work with. And I'm really kind of feeling like I'm at this wall because I've gone through my list. I don't have anything really going on. What do I do? And I shared with her the story of that we're all farmers. And so right now she is in that season of planting seeds. And I told her it might be 2 weeks, it might be 2 months, it might be 8 months of planting, and then following up. And I told her that's your act right now. That's the action for you building your business, because if you connect with people and just build those relationships, keep sharing, keep following up, eventually you're going to start having those new customers, and you're going to get your first team member, and then you're going to start working with them. So it all really does play together. But this gal, she just was like, what am I, I want to do my business every day. So I told her, if as you keep sharing and reaching out, you might even start thinking, how can I expand my network so that I have more people to share with and more seeds to plant? But we have to remember that there's a season for everything. And what was it? I said it's Leviticus, Deuteronomy. Yes, I misspoke on one of my videos that it was Deuteronomy, but it's Ecclesiastes. There is, a season of harvest, but we can't have a full harvest if we never got out and plowed and planted and watered. So some people get frustrated that planting season seems to be taking forever, but if you have a system for how you're following up with people that you're sharing with, and just being fully transparent, I do not do really good follow-up because I stay so busy with those that are like full speed ahead, let's go. But if things did get to where I was like, okay, what do I do today? I should go back to all my Facebook messages for people that have asked for information about Slim. I've given them my website or video or whatever it was. I had one more interaction, and that's where it stopped. They never ordered. They never engaged again. I probably could make a list of 50 people that have Facebook messaged me over the last year, even if I just did 2014. And that would be an awesome place to jumpstart and say, okay, let me go back through and start checking in with those people again. So if you feel like you're at that place where you've hit a wall, what do I do? How do I get my business moving? I've been telling people, go out. First, go check with your personals, all the people that were on your team. If they quit, just say, I just was checking in with you to see how you are in life. Because when they quit a year ago or 2 years ago, they might be in a totally new frame of mind, 2 years later, and it might be appreciated in a welcome open door for maybe I'll reconsider, maybe I'll come back. Or people who you thought didn't want to work that do, who are really just waiting for us to reach down to them. Because a lot of people, I've been very surprised how many people don't ask for help when they need it, and they just sit there alone feeling like I can't do this by myself, just assuming that somebody was going to pick them up and help them. So I think that can be a great place to start, is starting to check back in with those people. And then if you need to, have some kind of system. You guys all know I use my planner and write down the days that I talk to which people. So at any given time, I should be able to flip back through my planner with a name and some notes about people that I've talked to who have not ordered or done anything, and know that I needed to do follow-up. I love the, is it a tickler file that some people say? Actually getting postcards with dividers, or the 4x6 index cards. Write their name and then move that card to 3 weeks or a month, wherever you want to talk to them again. So when you're flipping through month to month, you've already moved the cards and the names to know this is when I need to talk to this person again. Yes, Annette.
I'm a computer chick.
Okay.
I like having everything on a computer.
Okay.
I tried those.
Yes.
I'm just saying this because there may
It's
be
going to be different for
computer-
everybody. Yep.
Yeah, there may be another computer
Yep.
chick in here. I like creating a chart, putting the date down and noting everybody who I talk to.
Very good.
Which makes it really easy for me to go back and then say, okay, it's been a week since I talked to X, Y, and Z. It's time for me to revisit.
Yes.
And see, and that has been.
So you're like a
really
spreadsheet
well.
person.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
a spreadsheet
Okay.
person, and I use Apple. I like the synchronicity that you have between the Apple Calendar and the computer calendar.
Got it.
And what I do with every single person on either on my phone or on my Apple computer in notes, I put
Yep.
the details.
Yep.
So then when I follow up with somebody, I have the ability to immediately either look it up on the phone and have it right there if somebody calls me,
Yep.
if I'm not home, or look on the computer.
That's
And it
wonderful.
allows me to, okay, you're your son had whatever ear surgery,
So you can
know.
ask them,
Oh,
and that
is
helps,
he
yes,
doing?
and that helps to move that relationship. They're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Annette remembered that we talked about that last time.
But I care too.
Yes.
You know, I also have a prayer book that people, you know, that I genuinely pray for those people,
Right.
and I genuinely care how
Absolutely.
they're doing.
And I think that's really, really good, because if I ever said, okay, Annette, your business, you know, you're not where you want to be, so let's see what your actual daily, you could actually track and say, I talked to 16 people on Monday, I followed up with 7 people on Tuesday, because you've got it actually in a spreadsheet form. I think that's wonderful.
If
Very,
I'm a
very
good
good.
girl.
No, we know you work hard. We know you work very hard.
She used to contact me regularly, about every 4 weeks or so.
Very good.
Inviting me to things.
Okay?
It took 9 months, but
Hey,
it was consistent.